This is your test review for green architecture. You have a test coming up the week of October 27th. Our blue group students will be testing on Wednesday, the 28th, and the gold and distance learning students will be testing on Friday, October 30th. I have put together a few resources for you to prepare for the test. They can be found inside of GA Module 5. If we open up Module 5 and then go to the module, you will find some review resources near the bottom of all of your homework section right here. Test review. I'll review on the 27th, which is Tuesday, for the blue group, and I'll review on the 29th, which is Thursday, for the the gold group in class. Distance learners, you can consider this your test review. Things that you can expect. You are going to see a number of things that we've worked on so far this year. You will see a floor plan. You'll have to read the dimensions off the floor plan to calculate area. You'll have to use those same numbers to calculate things like how much carpet or how much hardwood floor you would put into a room. So if you start reviewing some things, the first thing you might check is the GA 1.1 measuring practice. And if you go to that PowerPoint, I've got a video for you. You can start at about 16 minutes of that. So if I were to start play and then just move my speed way up to about 16 minutes, that would be a great spot to start reviewing. That talks about, I guess it's about 1650. There's the key area, this converting architectural units to decimal feet. If you remember some of our the keys to that, I think I have a highlighted portion here. To convert architectural notation to decimal feet, you take the feet plus the inches and divide by 12. So in this case, 23/6 is 23 plus 6 divided by 12. Just go ahead and review that. That should help you figure that out. That becomes 23.5. So I'll jump back to our module. I would suggest reviewing that if you don't feel confident about converting architectural units to decimal feet. Because remember, if we're going to try and calculate the area of a room, it's really hard to multiply length times width if we have mixed units like feet and inches. So that's why we're going to convert to decimal feet. The next one you may want to consider is GA 1.4, calculating perimeter and area PowerPoint. If I click into that one, that will hit all of the elements of what is area, what is perimeter, how do we calculate that? In a room like this, 4 foot by 6'6", remember the key thing we have to do is convert this 6'6" to decimal feet. Okay, 6 feet 6 inches becomes 6.5 feet. So converting is a key element to that. So that will be a very helpful one to work on. Remember, your area calculations are length times width, making sure you're in common units. That's why the decimal feet again. If we're going to calculate the perimeter of a room, we figure the length of each of the sides and add them together. Now, one thing to remember when you're looking at that, and this is part of that PowerPoint as well, if you have a door in a room and you're trying to figure out how much baseboard, in other words, that little material goes along the bottom between the floor and the wall, how much baseboard would you need? Well, keep in mind, if you've got a door, you don't put baseboards on the door. So it's the perimeter minus the width of the door opening. So something to think about there. The PowerPoint will walk you through that. You may go back and review your activity for 1.4. You can open up your assignment again from that. Maybe check where you missed some points. I typically put some some information in there, but you can go down to that one. And we did things like, what's the north wall? And then we had to convert that to decimal feet. These are some fantastic questions to review yourself on. Perimeter, area, what formula do you use? Calculate the square footage of a room. You're going to see something just about like this. Figure how big a room is. How big is one tile? And if you think about what we did here, we took one tile, thinking of the ceiling tiles that I have in our classroom, they're 2 foot by 2 foot. So one tile is 4 square feet. How many 4 square foot tiles fit into this room? So review your problems, and your answers on that one would be very, very helpful. Jump back to our review here. Review activity 1.6, the flooring activity. Remember what we did in that one. We calculated area for rooms, and then we figured out how much would flooring cost for a room. You can go back and look at your activity for that one. We talked about all kind of different flooring materials, but you had to read a floor plan and then consider how much flooring that would take. So we took a room that was, in this case, 32 by 28, became 896 square feet. We multiply our number of square feet times the cost per square foot, gives us the cost for the room. Review that activity. You will see things exactly like that on your test. And the last one, the last part of the project that we just finished up, 1.7, your bedroom project, that particular one, that was all about area and perimeter and calculations. If you can do all of these activities successfully, I think you're going to do fantastic on the quiz. I do allow you to use your notes. If you've taken good notes in your red engineer notebook, you may use that. That is the only resource you can use. If you've chosen not to use that notebook for whatever reason, so be it. You cannot use another notebook, just that particular one. So you can use a calculator, so I'd encourage you to bring your calculator along. For those that are in person, this will be a paper test. For those that are distance learning, you will have a window on Friday between 1 and 3 p.m. to take the test. That is your review for your unit test, basically covering all the things we've talked about so far. Reading floor plans, architectural measurement to decimal feet, area, perimeter, all of the above. And test day, blue test Wednesday, gold and distance learners test on Friday. All right, we'll see you soon on test days. See you guys.